I'm not a lawyer, but I read the 26-page complaint filed by R. Kelly against the United States of America, some prison officers, and Tasha K. So let me recap what's being claimed. So let's start with the parties in this lawsuit. The plaintiff, per the suit, is 56-year-old Robert S. Kelly, a Chicago native, and, quote, he is indisputably the king of R&B. He's also an inmate incarcerated in North Carolina. Then there's the United States of America, Officer A, who is a Bureau of Prisons officer, Bureau of Prisons, aka BOP. Two additional prison officers referred to in the lawsuit as unknown John and Jane Doe officers. And then there's Tasha K, I think that's how you say her last name, who you will probably know as the blogger Tasha K. So according to this lawsuit, the United States of America breached its duty to protect R. Kelly and all of his information by not making sure that employees wouldn't access it, download it, and sell it. More specifically, the claim alleges that Officer A accessed R. Kelly's emails, his visiting list, his trust account information, and recorded phone calls without the authority to do so, then downloaded that information and then sold it to Tasha K. Tasha K, according to this suit, then broadcasted that information on her YouTube channel. As far as facts of the case, the lawsuit references a time in January of 2020, while R. Kelly was already detained, his long-term girlfriend, who the suit calls Jane Doe, started behaving in a hostile and accusatory fashion towards him without any explanation. The girlfriend, Jane Doe, was, quote, furious with R. Kelly and unexpectedly began causing stress and conflict in the relationship. R. Kelly later learned that around that time, the girlfriend started cooperating with the government, and she eventually became the star witness in the RICO case against him. During that same time, the suit says Tasha K began publishing information on her YouTube page that she shouldn't have had access to. Quote, by way of example, on November 7, 2010, defendant Tasha K posted a video on YouTube titled, R. Kelly Can't Control His Girlfriends While Behind Bars. Here's a clip.
I know this because Joycelyn is telling R. Kelly over the phone, okay? Yes, there's a phone tap somewhere, and I'm not going to tell you where it's at, okay? Now, apparently, Joycelyn is snitching on Asriel, saying that she's not coming home at night, and R. Kelly wants to know why. I have the plug. I'm not going to tell you where I got the information from, but just listen to the damn information, okay? He is honestly shaking in his flip-flops and socks and prison suit because he can no longer control Asriel, okay? She ain't nowhere to be found. Now, I want you to know that Joycelyn is not on the visitors list, okay? Asriel is his favorite. Joycelyn was his.
The suit goes on to say that in June of 2022, R. Kelly's attorneys learned that an internal investigation was actually done at the jail because there was suspicion that Officer A was accessing R. Kelly's documents. So they do the investigation, and the investigation shows that Officer A had indeed accessed R. Kelly's records without authorization and sold them to Tasha K. But that information never made it to R. Kelly or his team. It was a secret. Apparently, according to this lawsuit, Tasha K has recently admitted to getting information from Officer A. And in addition to releasing it on her YouTube channel, she also gave that information directly to R. Kelly's girlfriend and that girlfriend's family. That's what the suit says. So now R. Kelly is saying that's the reason his girlfriend was acting hostile with him back in 2020. And that's the reason she started cooperating with the government and eventually became their star witness. There's also another claim in here that says that two other officers accessed R. Kelly's trust account fund records in 2022 and gave that information to a Washington Post journalist, and that journalist then publicized it. So he says all of this has caused him sleepless nights, emotional distress, harassment, loss of relationships, loss of money, all of the above. And that's why he's suing. So let's talk about causes of action. The first is negligence, and that's specific to the United States for basically allowing employees to access his information, download it, sell it. And they claim once the jail found out this was happening, they did nothing to address it. So the claim is for negligence. The second cause of action is invasion of privacy, and that's specific to the officers and Tasha K, which is pretty self-explanatory. They invaded his privacy according to this lawsuit. Cause of action number 3, 4, 5, and 6 are against the officers and Tasha K, and they are for conversion, conspiracy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. And then the 7th is violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, specific to Officer A. So that's the lawsuit. They are demanding a jury trial, so who knows? Here's my question. When everybody's wrong, who's right?